type of the dolphins. So in the east side of the Taiwan, we also have the cliff actually right beside the ocean. So like when you have the chance to visit the Mifo Sound in New Zealand, you can see there's the channel, the both sides of it's the cliff from straight up from the oceans to the top of the mountains. But because in Taiwan actually we have the only the cliff side in the east side of the island. So when we're cruising out or even when we're doing some field work, then you can have the chance to see there's a different type of the dolphins just jump right out from the mountains and like the mountain actually is average mountain in Taiwan actually even more higher than the 3,000 meters. And as we say, we also have compared to the small species, or everybody have the idea about how the dolphin goes. We also have like the more big whales. But if we separate how these like the citation, the dolphins and the whales, if we separate how they their ecotype or how they live easily in the two way. Usually we will separate in them into the some species is kind of resident. They just stay in where they are, or they have stayed in like more like locals. But as you know, some of the citation species they will migration during the different seasons. So in Taiwan, we also have this kind of situations. So like the small dolphins, as we know, usually they are kind of residents stay along the coast of the Taiwan, either west side or either in the east side. But some species like the humpback, we mostly met them during the when as long as they are the migration type of the citation species. So we usually met them during the when the seasons are changing, like the spring, like the fall. Actually, they will travel from the north to the south or south back to the north, something like that. And we also have the chance to because as I say, Taiwan is a very there's so many mountains in Taiwan, so we have even have the chance to find out the sperm whale, a group of the sperm whale, or there's you can say usually when people are saying a big group of the sperm whale, we call it, or big group of the animals, we call it a super pod. It means a group of the citations gathering. So you can see even a super pod. Actually, it's outside of the land, very close. And sorry, this page is in Mandarin, but so besides as I say, I work as a freelance photographer for taking all the photos. I also cooperate with several foundations in Taiwan, which is mostly focused about the marine education, the citation research, and even, of course, that's how do we start. We start from the citation, but as you know, all the problem like the overfishing, like the plastic pollution, everything is coming up or showing up from the ocean right now. So after we start from the citations, we also start focusing different kind of a topic. But majorly the idea is all around the ocean topic. But compare we back to the citation part. So like what we do, as you know, like in New Zealand, in Kaikoura, actually you have the sperm whale watching boat, and in Akaroa, you have all the different type of the whale watching industry there, right? So also in Taiwan, around all the Taiwan's, actually we have different area for the also the whale watching industry. So what we do is we have the organization, we have a non-profit, the NGO non-profit organization. We can cooperate with the commercial type whale watching boat. So you can imagine when each whale watching tour going out, if we have like a researcher, if we like have a photographer on the boat, then we can collecting all the data for this many years and for all the trips. So after like we started from the 1998, so like you can imagine this year is like 25 years already. So we start collecting all the data in the west coast of the Taiwan, or we are majorly in a city called Hualien. And in the west coast side of the Taiwan, actually we have a very high percentage to see the cetaceans, the dolphin and whales. You can see this is the data from 2016 to 2020. We have more than 90% of the you can see all the different species in this area. And when we put all the when you can see this figure, every dot, like the green dots, like the yellow, the red dots, every dot is one trip. As I say, when you just record one trip, it will be a dot. But when you put like 20 years all the whale watching trip together, it will be a very massive data during this area, and it's even of become a map. Where is the hot zone for the different species of the dolphin or the whales, where even we have the chance to calculate, like this one, we have even the chance to calculate where is the area we have more chance to meet the newborn babies. Then we have to know which area we need to put more attention or put more protection about this area. So like you can see, these two figures, the red dots is without the mother and the calf, and the green dots actually is the area usually the mother and the calf showing up. And also we have when we put all the data together in so this many years, then this is the different the percentage we met all the species. Like of course, sorry, it's in Mandarin, but you can see the blue part. Actually, it's the most, as I say, there's some species who stay in local. So the spinner dolphin is the most uh, popular species that we met in here. It's almost close to the 50%. And another species is called the resource dolphin. Also, like this one is the spinner dolphins. Usually, you can met in the around the world, like in Taiwan, in Hawaii, in different the area. And another major species we met here is the resource dolphin. And this is the how it looks like of the resource dolphin. And compared to the regular or everybody's image about the dolphins, how they look like, the resource dolphin usually you can see they have like the more round head and with different scar on their bodies. So, well, it's very interesting things like when you like a new baby, actually you have, of course, you didn't have any scars or scratch on your bodies, but when you during your period of time when you growing up, maybe one day you just falling on the street and you got a scar on your leg or on your hand, something like that. So it's similar situation for this kind of dolphins. They are easy to get a scratch or a scar on their body. So because of this kind of situation, then we can start doing there's a scientific research method called photo identification. Then we can start using their scars for to figure out which individual is which individuals. So when we figure out which individuals is which one, then after that we can start track where they go. Like sometimes we met these individuals in the north part of the Taiwan, in the south part of Taiwan, and sometimes even we the recorder or the photo is sending by some like Japanese, because Japan knows than the Taiwan. So we even have the chance to receive the photos from different countries, say the dolphin showing up in a different area. So this is how we start tracking or start collecting the data for the individuals. And you can see we have like here in these slides, you can see the individual 11. We have the first photo in like 2004 and keep following to the recent year. And then we can start telling the story of the different individuals. and so we can start telling the story about like how old is of course we because we are not exactly knew uh, when they were born, but actually we can start calculating their ages. We can start have the data about their social structures, and then we can start have the data knowing about how their habitat, something like that. So when we put all these things together, we have become this kind of the map. Because you can see all the numbers is different one individual of the resource dolphin, and like when you hang out or when you go out with your friends, of course you have some friends you are familiar with, you always go out with them, or even when you during your school time in all your school classmates, you are very good with somebody, right? You have some small group together. So you can see it's similar in dolphin society. They have the small group who is which one is very always stay with one individual. They are always together, but some individual they usually interact with all the different others. So you can see each in this figure all the all the number is the individual, and all the line the lines their activities, they have the chance to connect to or have interact with other individuals. So you can see as we know right now in Taiwan's water the resource dolphin social society network group. Actually there's three major group right now, and but each group they have their own, or each group will still have the chance to interact with others. Yeah. So this is how everything gathering or collecting together. And the compares to besides the resource dolphins, we also I think this also happens in Kakura for the also doing the sperm whales photo ID too. But compared to the resource dolphin, we use their like the whole body scars, like their the scratch on their body, scratch on their different dorsal fins, pectoral fins. Usually, what people doing the photo ID about the sperm whales is using their fluke. So you can see like these pictures, you can see this fluke, you can see all the different curves, all the different some this the pattern of their fluke. So like this one, we have the we have the scientific number identification. It's like KUPM008 for these individuals, and you can see like in the left side of the fluke, there's uh, one curve here, and in the right side actually it's different type. So this is how we distinguish or how we start taking the photo ID. So and we also found out they as everybody know the situation about the migration animals, they return yearly, like during the spatial season, as I said, maybe the spring, maybe the fall. So actually the photo I show you right now, it's I took from like I think 2020 August 9th. And the next photo, actually, you can see the background is similar, and also the location is exactly in the same location. Only the besides the mountains, you can see it's a little bit shift because depend on the angle I shooting the photos. But this photo actually, this one I took it in the 2021 uh, August. I think it's around 16, something like that. So like 1 years after 1 years and the one maybe only different the time only different about 1 weeks. But this the same individual that just got back to the same area. This is how the as we know the migration animal does. And we even have like different when we met the different situations like as with if you have a chance and like the Tonga, it's a very famous place for everybody. You can go swimming with the humpback whale, and I go there every year. And if you have a chance to like swim in the water with the citation, you can see sometimes their skin will falling down in the water, so you have a chance to gather all the different like the skin tissues, or like even you have the chance to get to meet when they when they have the poops, the whale poops. So when we met these situations, we will starting kind of gathering all these, even the skin tissues, even the poop tissues for the, when you have the skin, you have the chance to get the DNA and just start doing the different more detailed things about it. And also we have the OCAS. We say we have the OCAS in Taiwan. Yeah. So and because actually truly says Taiwan's nations or the research of all these animals, we start because during to the the politic situations and everything, maybe even somebody know like because Taiwan has been like colonized by Japan like 15 like in during the after during the like the 1945 something like that. So in the uh, early time, there's a lot of data, basic research. It's kind of a gap. So right recently we just starting all the like a scientific research in recent like 30 or 34 or 40 years. So a lot of things we just starting to set up. So we even have the chance to setting up the voice or the sound database for the Taiwan citation. We use hydrophones, and then we put have the chance to record the OCAS, the sound of the OCAS. And as we say, it's interesting when we have the chance to doing the photo ID and everything to match. Like there's a you can see this picture in the 2011. There's we met a orca mother and a calf, and every year you see the calf start growing up from a calf. Right now he's become a young male adult to do all these things. So, well, it's happy. I think no matter in which area of the water, it's so happy to see the newborn calf. Because like you can see the pictures, you can see even there's a mother spinner dolphin and the calf, and you can see the calf. There's even a white strap on the bodies, right? Actually, it's the newborn baby is a flat the for the newborn babies, and you can even see the newborn resource dolphins. Because you can imagine when our baby is just born newborn from the mothers, all their body is kind of a soft and it's not when everything is kind of shrink. So this is also a newborn resource dolphin. So you can see its dorsal fins or its pectoral fin is still kind of a soft type looking, but it's always happy to see all this, every new life coming out in the oceans, and it's the it's the moment everything touches you and you want to keep doing everything for protect or for conserve have the conservation idea about all this environment. So in recent year, we start another project called Ocean Oasis, because of course we are doing the basic data research or data collecting every year. But right now, what we do is we want to put all this data all the long after 20 years. Want to gathering all the data together and to like because there's a organization in around the world called I think a lot of people know the called is IUCN, which is IUCN is the the institute usually kind of announce which animal is in danger and which and how the situation every each different environment situation goes. So IUCN have the kind of a system called EMAS, important marine mammal areas. So you can see this figure is right now the the EMAS area is announced by the IUCN, and you can see like from the South Atmosphere, like in the Australia, in the New Zealand, and there's a lot of area has been announced uh, into the important marine mammal areas. But you can see the in this picture in the a lot of in the north part of the Pacific or in all the part most of the part of the Atlantic area, it's not even registered yet. So right now, what we are doing is because we are collecting or gathering all the 20 years data, we try to uh, put the try to put the west side of the Taiwan into uh, I use into the important marine mammal areas. This kind of we kind of communicate with the IUC and try to put all these things into process. We also have this is what we are doing recent year. So because of course I have truly says I have a lot of the videos, but because because during my the past experience, it's not easy to play the video during the online share or online talk. So I have give all the links to the people there so they can play the video later. So like the Ocean Oasis, we have the YouTube video talking about how all everything about this project. And if you are happy, if you are well to share and well to find a time to take a look about this, yeah. And so I think this is yeah, a little briefing or a little short for sharing how the Taiwan citations, how what we are doing in like this half hours. And I think we have more than I left like 5 minutes for if everybody have questions and interesting about or you have want more, yeah, we have a chance to talk or chat.
Okay. Is there anyone want to ask a question? A question for it?
Yeah, no pressures. If not, that's fine. Then I think they will have a chance to play the videos. Yes.
Okay, we can play the video. The first one, okay?
Yeah, I think
The fir-
the first one is okay. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you for everybody come to join this little bit short time share and the talk. Yeah.
Okay, so we will play the video now.
Okay.